This is a 2008 Chrysler Town Country 3.3 liter V6, and yesterday the alternator decided to fry itself, which resulted in frying the battery. Thankfully that was under warranty, but today we're going to focus on removing that. Looks very simple. Never worked on a Chrysler Town Country like this before, as I've had the car a year. So let's see if it goes as well as I imagine it's going to. Thankfully, the alternator is right on top. This is going to be replaced with a 160 amp remanufactured part later this afternoon. Part of this project requires the use of a serpentine belt tool. And from what I've learned online, it should just be a matter of using that long bar and its 3/8 inch opening to pull back the tensioner going inside down there, and we are going to give that a try. In order to facilitate access to the serpentine tensioner, I'm going to remove the air filter assembly for easier access. Okay, as promised, the tensioner square, which is right down there at the end of this rod, is 3/8. All you have to do is use the bare rod itself, and this will pull back the tension, pulling back towards me. You can see the tension coming off the belt a little bit. I should just be able to pop the belt right off. There, it's done, and you can see that the belt is removed. You can see some of the white powder back there from the fire extinguisher I used to make sure that the overheating and smoking didn't set my car on fire. So the next thing to do is to remove the bolts. There are 3 of them on the alternator itself, and this bracket arm here, which is hiding underneath the air filter assembly, which I'm going to move so I can get to it. Okay, removing the assembly arm, appears that both bolts are half-inch nuts, and we'll see how this goes. I've removed the assembly arm, and well, because the battery is already out, I know that it's safe to work with, but I do need to remove the electrical connection from the alternator so that I can continue my work. Okay, now that I've removed the electrical connections from the alternator, there are 2 bolts, one right here and one right here. It should just come out like a breeze. The 2 bolts are not standard, but they are metric. One appears to be 15 millimeter. They both are 15 millimeter, whereas the top bolts were 1/2 inch. I guess this is one of the problems that Chrysler had when it was owned by Mercedes. A mixture of standard and metric sets are required to work on this car. Should be the last bolt. Honestly, this job is taking me longer because I'm filming it rather than actually doing the work. Let's see, is there another bolt? Hold on, well folks, we're going to try. Have it. 160 amp alternator ready to go back to the store for its core charge and replacement. So here we are for the reinstallation of the brand new alternator on this 2008 Chrysler Town Country 3.3 liter engine. As you can see, this is a brand new remanufactured part, all nice and new, ready to go back in. Right now I'm currently hand installing the the bolts. Short one goes down in there. Sorry for the light. And the big one goes right there. And again, this is a 15 millimeter nut, and we'll soon tighten those up. Okay, we've got the 2 bolts back in, tightened up, and now I've got the 2 1/2 inch bolt, 1/2 inch nut that attach to the mounting bracket. Tighten it up. And we're nearly done. Now we have to reattach the alternator to the electrics on the car. We'll do that here. Very simple. It goes back on. And again, it's a 1/2 inch nut. I hope the new one is. We'll find out. And I think they may have changed it up on us, so I'm going to have to find a new, I'm going to have to go into my ratchet set and get the proper size. Okay, sure enough, the remanufactured part required a 13 millimeter socket for this nut. We've reattached the electrics here. Now all that's left is to put the belt back on. And as you can see, my serpentine belt tool is in place. We're going to slide this back, and we'll take a look and see how long that takes me in a moment. And thanks to the serpentine tool, which is in my left hand, this has got to be one of the easiest alternator jobs I have ever done. So all that's left now is to put the air filter assembly back in, reattach the new battery, and start her up. Okay, and unless you've recently replaced your air filter, this is a good time to put a brand new air filter in. Reattached here. The electric sensor has been put back here. It's probably an O2 sensor of some kind. I'm not sure which, so forgive me on that. There's our alternator, and all that's left now is to clean the battery terminals of the brand new battery and reattach it. Okay, well, the battery terminals have been cleaned, reconnected, and now the moment of truth. Well, we'll try that again in a moment. Means I have to go around and start the car manually. And the idiot power light is gone. Time needs to be reset. Let's see if my stations are still there. Stations are still there. Well, let's go back around and see how we did. And there we go. Sounds like it's working to me. This has been Dr. Silverman, and this is my first how-to video on YouTube for car repair. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Actually, it took me longer to make the video than it did to do this job. Good luck with your repair. Bye-bye.